Hey, what's happening, y'all? Jason and Michelle here. We're the Echo Nesters, and if you've been following along, you know this is Bad Betty, and you might be asking yourself, what's Bad Betty doing here with a SetPower cooler? I mean, to be more identifiable, an RV45S SetFire plug-in refrigerator cooler and an insulated cover in this beautiful setting right here in Hood River. Well, full disclosure, SetPower actually reached out to us and said, hey, we'd love to send you one of our freezer coolers or coolers, one of our electric ones. And in exchange, we'd love to get your honest opinion on it, do a review, do a video, and share with the world your thoughts and opinions. And because they gave us that opportunity to give our honest assessment of something, we went ahead and took them up on the offer. So right now, here and now, we're going to actually unveil and unbox this. I want to point out first, just keeping in mind and trying to stay within the rules and regulations, we are not being paid for this video. We are receiving a free product, I should say 2 free products right here to review, test, and give our personal opinion on that. At the end, we do have a code, an Echo Nesters code, where you can receive a discount. But again, we are not being paid any monetary money, but we are receiving a free gift. So I hope I did all the fancy stuff right there to make YouTube happy. And what's so cute is there's a little old yeller dog coming on over here. So we'll see what's happening. So first of all, you may know Bad Betty is fully equipped with a refrigerator and a tailgate package, and you may be asking yourself, check this out. Outside of that, why would we want an additional cooler / freezer option, especially when Bad Betty's fully equipped? Well, if you know, you've been following around with Echo Nesters / Adventure Nesters, we also have a Toyota 4Runner, and we also get out there and explore territory in other vehicles. And sometimes you need something outside of just bringing a cooler that's packed with ice and hoping for the best at the end of the day, that somebody either closed the lid or contained and kept your food fresh, especially when you're deep out and there's no close grocery store, if you will. So, as you know, Bad Betty has a tailgate package. We'll get into that later, but she also has the capacity to carry other things. So let's assume you have a Bad Betty, a 4Runner, any kind of utility vehicle, and you need to keep things cold long time. You need something that's got a good eco mode and a max mode to cool it down real quick. Also, to reduce the power consumption. We're going to get all into that. So, Shel, what do you think? Should we just open the box? All right. So, let's be careful. This very sharp knife. And I'm going to first cut the plastic, as you can see. And I'll get through this pretty quick so I don't bore y'all. But I think we should first point out that the packaging, I think, is really, really nice here. It's well packaged, and especially being freighted. It came out of California, Riverside, from what I can tell. With the exception of a little ding in the box that maybe a driver or somebody hit, I'm pretty satisfied with, let's say, the packaging. So let's go ahead and get this cut open. This is the first time I've ever opened one of these, so we're in this together, y'all. And I'm going to place that knife down here because it's getting a little scary holding it there. So the first thing they got here is some nice styrofoam packaging, so that nothing blows away, because it's pretty windy here. We're going to start pulling things out. The other thing I'd point out is this is only about 46 pounds, which may sound heavy, but having a compressor in it, etc., I don't really feel it's that heavy. The one thing I'm already picking up on is that it's double boxed. I don't know if Michelle can get a glimpse into that. So I'm kind of digging the color scheme on this. Let's just pull it out and see what's going on here. Now, let's hope I tightened up the table legs here. That would not be a fun one, but we could test its durability. So let's make sure nothing else is in the box real quick. And everything looks good. So we'll get that out of the way, keep the wind from blowing it off. So the first thing you're going to pick up on is, obviously, you've got this little yellow highlighted trim. You got 2 clamps, which I'm kind of appreciating. It's got kind of that old school look. And yeah, definitely probably, they say about 60 millimeters thick on the sidewalls. As we glance inside, it looks to me like there's a box, probably some power cords and some charging items. It looks like there's 2 baskets here that are removable. And our box is going to take off here. So I'm going to move this real quick, y'all. Sorry, but we're doing this in real time, right? No editing. No, none of that. Just getting her done. Hope you didn't mind all the background noise there, but I don't want to litter. The other thing that I picked up on right away is the 2 stainless steel handles. I also like the fact that they're spring retractable. and they only go up so far, so you're not gonna have any issues cutting, I shouldn't say cutting, but smashing your fingers, your hands. There's also some little rubber isolator feet down here. Keeps it slightly off the ground. I'm liking that. Oh, there's the controls. So SetPower, it looks like they made it pretty straightforward. We got a DC 12 volt / 24 volt plug, 15 amp fuse, a little bit of troubleshooting instructions, which I like the fact that they're just right here. So if you do lose the manual, don't keep track of it. It's pretty straightforward. Keeping that conversation in mind, one of the things that SetPower says is with their product, you're not going to need the manual. It's self-explanatory. So let's peek over here and see. SetPower, high, mid, low, battery protection mode. You can set that on and off. Compressor speed, max and min. So kind of like a economy / eco mode. Max load, temperature, etc. So I would say if I didn't have any instructions, I could probably figure that out. Now, let's take a look at what's inside the box here. And again, we're making some assumptions that it's probably power cords, etc. So unboxing, nice user's manual, some fun stickers. We might as well take a peek at them together, right? Look at that, some fun stickers right there. I'm gonna move that aside too. Drop it right in here, sorry. I'm just afraid the wind's gonna take all our goodies away. Okay, nicely packaged. Looks like a cigarette lighter style plug-in adapter. So again, you're out there and that's all you have and you don't have maybe an inverter / converter. Accessory plug and, oh, so actually we would more than likely take this, plug it in, and from here, go from here and plug in right to the side. So from here's to here's. So I might get a comment on the here's to here's. So what else can we talk about right here? I like the construction, the way it feels. This actually, the metal here is magnetic. So if you got a flashlight or something that's magnetic, you want to hang it on there, etc. The other thing that I would like to point out that I thought was pretty cool is SetPower has approximately a 216 watt amp hour battery unit that just magnetically attaches to the side here and can give you up to 5 solid hours of running it at high and keeping everything at the, let's call it one of the lowest temperatures. When we're talking about the temperature, this will go from 0 to 50. Now, when we talk about 45 quarts and we talk about a temperature range, again, this is a refrigerator unit that will go down to freezing temperatures. It's not a split unit. It's not a refrigerator / freezer. So you kind of got to pick a little bit of, let's say, what your intent is out there on the road and what you're going to be keeping cool. So when we think about vegetables and stuff, they can maintain 50. When we think about meats, we want those in the lower temperatures. And we have some perishables. We probably want those in the safe range of, I'm guessing, in the 40 to 46 range. So I think it's going to take care of all those capacities. The other, I should say, all those needs. The other reason that I'm actually liking these clamps, some of you might think, well, hey, those clamps, that's kind of old school. You know, what about the compression fit? How many of you, and you could ask yourself, leave a comment, doesn't matter what brand of cooler you've had, where you've come out, whether it's your buddy, you, your friend, especially your kids, have done that. It's seeping, it's 100 degrees out, you come back and all your ice is melted and there's some problems. Right here, ensures a secure fit. You see somebody that doesn't class those in your little party group, you can say, hey, that's what the clasps are for. So I like that. The other thing that they claim is from 77, roughly over 70 degrees, ambient temperature in here, to 0, that'll only take 15 minutes. So I think what we should do, Michelle, I think you'd agree, is maybe we should take the unit, slide her in the Bad Betty, plug her in, set a timer, accelerate, if you will, on the YouTube so people don't have to watch 15 minutes of a timer going off, and see if we can get down to 0. Should we do that? Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna get her in there. So we're gonna take a little break here. I don't know what else I could share with you on my initial opening observation, but I'm impressed so far with the packaging. I feel like there's some good quality here. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about this for a moment. When you're thinking about the range of cost, without any discounts, affiliate codes, specials, online sales, etc., you can expect for this unit here, the RV45S, to pay $399 out the door. The nice thing is the shipping's free within the continental United States. You don't pay any additional for that. and you can get a discount anywhere from about 15 to 20% depending on the time of the year and the specials they're running. I believe our Echo Nesters code, which we'll link there, it's just that simple, will give you 16% off, so it'll help save you some money. But now in comparing to that, the things, we have a Yeti cooler, we have some Igloo coolers, we've got a lot of different coolers in our arsenal of coolers, if you will, and we've paid anywhere from 20 bucks on a flash all the way up to several hundreds of dollars, and all they do is maintain ice. The other thing that I would point out, since we're talking a little bit about space, again, 60 millimeters, there's 25.4 millimeters to the inch, so that should give you an idea of the thickness of this wall here. Some of the coolers that y'all might be packing around that, again, are there for conserving ice, the sidewalls are pretty thick, so you can have a cooler this size, and the space inside is very minimal, because I've seen those sidewalls, they're like 4+ inches. You're not getting a lot, and they're heavy. And I'm not picking on any brand, but I would almost say, hey, something to consider. You want room for food. You don't want to be packing around a big luggy thing and maintaining ice and dry ice. So 46 pounds without anything in it. And just to kind of, again, you know, I'm not Hercules here, and I feel like the ergonomics of picking that up are pretty simple. So we're going to get her plugged in, slide her in the back of bed, Biddy, and we'll get started on the timer. Hey, y'all, so come on back. So we're about ready to plug in our SetPower RV45S cooler, but I wanted to show you something else that I thought was pretty neat. I actually just picked up on this. In case you're wondering, or you get a little confused and or don't have enough information on, let's call it recommended settings and temperatures for food types. I think what they did a great job here, Fahrenheit and Celsius, everything from water to quick frozen foods, seafood, meats, vegetables, etc. So that's always nice to have, because sometimes you're out and about and you're starting to say, oh my gosh, you know, what is the point where food is no longer safe because of a temperature? There's a quick glance here. If you're more of a kind of a techie, nerdy guy, sometimes I do this and wig out on a little bit. You got your amp ratings here, 7.5/3.7, where that really comes in. Full draw, full max power setting. Again, going from ambient temperature up just over 70 degrees to 0, 15 minutes, 55 watts. If you're on the eco mode, it's 35 watts. And again, there's a lot more that we're going to share about that in a moment. And so let's get it plugged in. I went inside and got the coach all powered up, and we're going to plug her in. So pretty quick and easy, it looks like. I'm going to actually start on this end. And as they say, no manual required. All right, I've plugged things in before. Looks pretty straightforward. A nice generous cord here. Adapter, cigarette lighter plug. Nice about that. Again, probably 6, 7, 8 feet right here. You could go directly to a cigarette outlet. In this case, we're going to fire it up with 110. I'm going to just set that off to the side. Plug in at 110. And we have power. Little green light right there. Looks good. Everything's set. So let's come around here, power it up. And we've got currently internal temperature is 65 degrees. I'm hearing the compressor start up. We are at max. I'm going to leave the battery protection mode. Oh, I forgot it's self-regulated right now. It is in mid, but I'm going to switch it to high. Again, because I don't mind drawing a bunch of power out of Bad Betty. She's got plenty. But again, that's just another nice feature there, is you can toggle through. 15 amp fuse as we stated. We'll keep it closed. Follow my own rule. And my wife and my kids and all my buddies know. Oh, timer. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. Start. And there we go. So we started in an hour.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Stopwatch start. All right. So that's skewed by about a minute, but it's still 65 degrees. So
we're good.
I think that we're fair on that test. All right. We'll let it do it. Oh, should we go ahead and see what is in the box? All right. All right. So one of the options is to order separately for just under $100. I think it's about $89 before any discounts. Is an insulated cooler cover. I actually requested this for a couple reasons. One, I think it looked cool online, but two is we plan on actually through our videos is taking this unit out, going out into some beautiful weather, sitting for a few hours, and using, hopefully, the alternative power. Remember in the beginning I was talking about there's a 216 watt little power station that's magnetic. It just drops anywhere on here. And in theory, at max power, it'll give you up to 5 hours. But I also thought that just having the insulated cover would make it kind of nice. All right, what do we got in here? Insulated cover, SetPower, some features, fitting instructions, handy hints, warnings, and care instructions. Oh, this is nice. We should probably talk a little bit about this too. Not only do you have email and there's a support, but they actually have a phone number that you can dial and talk to somebody right here in the United States. And what we should do is maybe make a tech call in one of our videos and just see what that looks like. So again, I'm going to put some stuff in here because this wind here, y'all, it'll take this right out there in that Columbia River. Then I'll have a whole bunch of gilt, get the knife safely put away. So let's take a look here. What do we got? Oh, that actually is a nice cover. I'll tell you what I'm already enjoying about it is you would be able to slide. Check this out. This is actually really smart. You would be able to slide your cooler into here and then bring the cover up and over and Velcro it. It's got a little area here for venting out. It looks like just in case you don't want to suffocate the compressor. The other thing is open here for the controls, the plug-in, etc. Actually, this is really nice. It's padded. It's a little bit of a quilt probably in there, some sort of an insulation. We could check out the materials and figure that out. An area for the handles, the stainless steel handles I was talking about. So, oh, you know what, Shell? I just saw something here. Oh, yeah, bag. Pocket. Yeah, right here on the side. I knew you saw something. So that's where you can store the cords. Pretty slick. Again, we're just doing an unboxing and unveiling, setting it up like we usually do things. We're giving it a real deal. So if this doesn't seem really scientific and techy, I don't think any of us really get that way when we open something we got in the mail. We just get down to business. So should we take a peek? It's been 3 minutes, 12 seconds. And you know what I forgot to do? Oh no, this is funny. See, this is how it really works. I'm gonna hit reset. Check this out.
Get to push on?
Nope, I forgot to lower the temperature.
Yeah, why would we want a 60 something?
So
You think I would have caught that?
we are going to go to 0.
We got some hummus and some drinks we're gonna put in there.
Now we're gonna hit start. And there we go. So we'll be back, y'all. We'll see what happens. So one of the things that concerned me as we were running our test is, did I read something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Why is this not going from quote unquote 77 degrees to 0 degrees? Well, that was a Jason thing, not a SetPower thing. So to stand corrected, if you had an ambient temperature of 77 degrees Fahrenheit, the unit will cool down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in 15 minutes. Now to get to 0, right there, it would take up to 60 minutes. The nice thing is we're still running the test on the timer. We know where it's at. We've checked the internal temperature. So it tells me that when we were at 65 degrees Fahrenheit, we had already accomplished the goal. So I would arguably say SetPower did what it said it was going to do, and it performed where it should have performed. So I'll correct that in the beginning of the video. I should say Michelle will. The other thing that we talked about is wattage, 55 watts a draw at max compressor use. So we're going to swing over here, and I want to share something with you. Right now, we are drawing between 53 and 55 watts of power. The only thing that we have running inside of Bad Betty right now is the SetPower and this refrigerator. Now, just for kicks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this unit off, and we're going to come back over here, and it looks like we're 53 watts. 53, 52. We'll see if it drops down anymore. So between 52 and 53 watts, that tells me that this refrigerator, in theory, was pulling about 2 watts of the 55 watts of power. So again, SetPower is pretty darn accurate. Max load, 55 watts are being pulled. We're going to go back out there in a few moments, and we're going to do another temperature reading. So appreciate y'all staying with me on this video. This is kind of exciting because this is how I like to test products in the real world, doing real things and making real human mistakes. So let's do it. So in the last segment, we were just inside. We saw that the refrigerator is on target of drawing about 55 watts. We also know that I made a mistake in understanding 77 degrees Fahrenheit down to 32 in 15 minutes. I can fairly say that probably happened. We'll run another test later. Right now, we're showing an internal temperature of 29 degrees at the 32-minute mark. What I thought we could do is take the Ryobi digital thermometer here. No brand sponsor there, it just happens to be what I have. And 14 degrees, check the bottom. 23 degrees, and 27 because I moved it. And 16.3-ish right here. So it's actually obviously pretty accurate. They're claiming 29 degrees, and we had, that seals pretty darn good, by the way. Actually, check this out. We might as well talk about it. That is actually, appears to be some sort of, I'm going to use the word bunonitrane, maybe, nah, we won't call it that. Some sort of felt seal, but it's rubberized. It actually feels good. It feels like quality. 19 degrees on the sidewall, 12 degrees as we raise. The bottom is reading at 21. So
nice little light too.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. It actually, when you, that seals pretty good. The LED light comes on. It looks like there might be a magnetic catch or sensor. Yeah, that's what it is. Little magnetic sensor turns that on and off, which is kind of nice. There's no buttons or any switches to fail. I will point out right now, without those clasps, you saw that when I went to lift that up, it did take quite a bit. So it's telling me that it does have some compression sealing to it. We're going to go ahead and just run it. I don't think we have anywhere to go, Shell. Let's just see when it gets to 0 and then share with the folks, right?
Everybody's in there and
Yeah.
get them cold. And then
If you get them cold, they'll be at really cold. Yeah, you know what we could talk about real quick, since we're standing here, is warranty. So the compressor actually has a 3-year warranty, and all the other parts and components of this have a 1-year warranty. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what does that mean in comparisons to other products? A lot of other products that I've looked at and seen across the board usually have about a 1 year across the board. There may be a few others out there. You can leave a comment, something you might be familiar with, where they're given a 3-year on the compressor and 1 year on all the other parts, if you will. But I think that's pretty impressive. That says that they stand behind their product and they're willing to give it a full 3 years out there in the field, not knowing how you're going to treat it and or abuse it. And for a company to do that, I would say I'm agreeing with that part so far. So why don't we let it do its thing, and then we'll close up. All right, y'all. So when we were doing the unboxing / unveiling, you noticed that we were talking about an insulated optional bag for your cooler, which I was glad that they sent me because I like to keep things kind of neat and tidy. I like the look of this unit, and so if I can keep it protected and give it a little bit more insulation value, why not? Now, do note, we have the skinny table here, and I'm going to attempt, it's going to be like a magician show here, to take the cooler and place it in the bag on this little table. So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously, for now, just disconnect the power, move the cord out of the way. And as you'll notice from earlier, as I was talking about this, there are some inlet areas here for the handles. In this case, this will be where our digital readout is going to be, and this is so that the compressor can continue to breathe. So as I bring it over, I'm going to have to keep in mind the direction here. I don't know if I'm very good at puzzles, but I'll put it out. So one person, one-handed here, sliding the RV45S cooler into the optional insulated bag. That went in pretty nice and easy. I like it. It looks like, oh, swing around here. I did do it correctly. Check this out. We have ability to view, plug-in area, nice handles. The weight of the zipper seems pretty good and heavy duty. That would just flap over. I'm going to spin it around here just for simple easeability. And we'll grab the other zipper. that was pretty quick, and I'm sitting here talking about it. I've actually never done this before. Closes on up. So what would that look like to access? So we would unzip a bit. Again, pretty easy. Go like that. My favorite clips. Get inside, grab our goods, close her back up. This is actually, if you plan on picking up one of these coolers or any coolers, and if the optional bag is available for the cooler that you may be selecting, right off the cuff right there, I highly recommend it. So I'm going to take it back over, set it down, and we'll plug her back in just like that. Again, just to make sure that everything is still easy. Perfect. Done. Power's back up. The other thing that I noticed, Shell, check that out. We can store all of the cords and accessories in here when not in use. And you know what else I think would be pretty cool is if a person opted to get the auxiliary power pack that magnetically attaches and gives you approximately 5 hours of use under max load. You could just haul this down to the beach and know that it's protected, it's insulated, and or your favorite camping spot, and still maintain temperature and enjoy the rest of your day. All right, y'all, so we just hit 0 at roughly the 58th minute. And again, that was going from 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 0 degrees. So let's pop it open and verify. Okay. -9, -16. Let's check over here. -0, 3, 2, and we'll check over here by where it reads it. Exactly 0, now 3. Obviously, we have the lid open. So in just under an hour, from 65 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature, taking into consideration that we have been opening and closing this, running temperatures, verifying a few things, and sharing some information with you. So I think we could collectively say that all the things SetPower has claimed with its ability to reach certain temperatures at certain times is probably pretty spot on, or at least so reasonable that I would have 0 issues with accepting these numbers. So let's really quickly recap. We've unboxed, we've checked out the unit. I like the construction, the fill. I'm surprised that this is just 46 pounds. For some reason, it feels a little bit lighter. Again, I can feel the weight over here on the compressor side. I think the ergonomics of where this is placed, not too low, not too high. The functions all here make sense. We got high, low, and mid-range for battery protection. Again, how much you're drawing as you're using the unit. It's going to take care of itself so it doesn't kill your car battery. Again, Bad Betty's got a lot of power. We ran it at max to run these ratings. There is a minimum setting for the compressor speed. Again, 35 watts, 55 watts. We confirmed that with Bad Betty's equipment inside to say this is drawing between 53 and 55 watts. So again, what SetPower has claimed, at least in my opinion, has been proven accurate. The other thing that I picked up on here, and I didn't notice earlier, and I think it would be kind of nice to show them, Shell, is sometimes we leave home without the manual. We may not have internet service to be able to look some things up, and you might get an error code. What's really nice is SetPower has given you a little troubleshooting cheat sheet here and how to fix it, what the error code would mean if it popped up, which is nice because electronics are subject to things. Again, in the back, the sticker right here kind of gives you some recommended food settings. So as you're monitoring your temperatures, you'll know where it's at. I like the 12-volt option right here, meaning we could go directly into a cigarette style lighter plug-in and or run the 110/240 power. Outside of that, I think we've pretty much covered everything, at least for this, let's call it this episode of the test. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, something that you'd like us to do different and or share with you, we're happy to talk about that. One last quick thing I forgot to mention. This is just a little test thing that we built for Bad Betty, but SetPower online actually has slides for their coolers that you can pick up. They look very reasonably priced. They were available at the time of this video. I thought that was pretty cool. And they range from about, when I say they, SetPower has coolers, if you will, freezer units that are between about 15.8 quarts all the way up to over, or I should say 80 quarts. The prices again vary At the time of this video, retail $399 without any online specials, discounts, etc. This will go from 0 to 50 on its temperature rating. It is not a split system, meaning freezer and fridge capacity all in one. However, SetPower does have a unit or several units that are a freezer unit as well as a reefer unit. So far, I'm happy. I'm impressed. We're just going to keep testing, and we'll let you know the rest. Till the next time. Thank you for subscribing, checking out our video, and just chilling with us. Hope you enjoyed it.